Hey, I just wanted to encourage every single one of you. The reason I titled this video the way I did is how much longer will we last? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you love life better than liberty? The tranquility of servitude rather than the animating contest of freedom? Because Samuel Adams says, if you do, go from us in peace. We ask not your counsel or your arms. Let your chain set lightly upon you, and may posterity forget that you were our countrymen. Let me see. Is there even anybody in here? Oh yeah, here we go. What's up, Thomas? Wild Bill Hopkinson, how you doing? Mandatory Mayo. Not gonna say that word. Oh man. Dota, Andrew. Did I miss somebody? Appreciate you guys being here. I just wanted to encourage you guys. How much longer will we last? It kind of doesn't matter, and here's why. I mean, it matters and it doesn't. Here's how it doesn't matter. You might not last the evening. You might not last through tomorrow. You might only last a week or a month or whatever. The question is, what are you going to do while you're here? Whose lives are you going to affect while you're here? I personally want a good, peaceful life because I have children and I have grandchildren and I have people in my life that are not related to me that I love and care about, and I want them to live as free as possible for as long as possible. But we gotta realize that there are people out there who want to do us harm. They want to tap into the product of our time and laboring energies. They want us to work for them as slaves. And we got to take a stand because in taking a stand, I think this is blurry. In taking a stand, you're doing what is right. Like I say in my other channel. By the way, hey, real quick, let me ask you guys to please do me a favor. I don't know what my reach is going to be on this video right here, but I have supposedly 550,000 subscribers, whatever. I barely have any kind of reach. So do me a favor right now. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, but more importantly, make sure you're subscribed to me on Rumble, and I put these links are in the description right under this video. Rumble, BitChute, Gab, and Odyssey. It's actually in the order of Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, and Gab, I think. Take a second right now and subscribe to me over there. I just want to do a little bit of a kind of an experiment to see how many people will actually respond, because I get a small reach. Back when my daughter set this channel up, I think it was 2012, and I didn't start uploading on this channel until, I don't know, about 2015. In 3 years, I got 570 something thousand subscribers, and I've just been losing subscribers every single month. So do me a favor and yeah, make sure you're subscribed to this channel and hit the bell notification icon so you can get, updates. But I don't even think you get those, even if you do hit the bell. But definitely subscribe to me on Rumble. I will start uploading exclusive content over there. Go to Odyssey, go to BitChute, and go to Gab, and Twitter and the other outlets. But I just feel like the handwriting is on the wall. I just heard some more channels got taken down and kind of a mini purge. People who've had no strikes and just taken down for no reason. Anyway, how long will we last? The question is, what are you going to do while you're here? And my outlook is, do all the good you can to all the people you can in every way you can for as long as you can, while you can, simply because you can. Just do good. The only answer, the only solution to evil in this world is by you changing yourself and being good. If it is to be, it's up to me. If I want to change the world out there, then I got to change my heart in here. If I become a good person and I can push back the tide of evil, then that's what I'm going to do. That's what I've trained my children to do. That's what my children are training my grandchildren to do. And if we can do that, we can exponentiate ourselves. And this is not some kind of hollow ideology. Just watch. I mean, think about the simplicity of a smile when you're in the grocery store. Not many people are out there smiling. You might see one or two people laughing and giggling or whatever, but for the most part, people are glazed over in zombiehood. I don't know what's going on. Seems like there's very few things that I remember from my childhood, a couple of highlights and all that kind of stuff, but it seems like people were happier then. They were more satisfied. They seemed like they were more fulfilled. When you go to the grocery store these days, nobody's looking at you in the eye. And it makes all the difference in the world just to smile at somebody. And it's almost like they feel obligated to smile back. That's just a sliver of what I'm talking about. Doing all the good you can in every way you can to all the people you can in every place you can, simply because you can. Because it's just something you can spread the light. You can make somebody feel good. You can change maybe even their outlook. And if you can affect just one person and they can affect one person, it's crazy what we could do. So we got the WEF, and the central bankers scheming about the central bank digital currency. We got to stop that. We got to, knowledge is power. So we have to educate ourselves. We have to dig in deep into the bedrock of knowledge so that we not only have this knowledge in our minds, but seeping down into our hearts. That's where life is going to change. If it's in our hearts and we cease to be believers and we start becoming knowers, because knowledge is the enemy of belief. Belief is the enemy of knowledge. We know that people are planning and scheming against us. We know that censorship is afoot. We know what censorship is. Censorship is forcing people into silence, which is literally violence. When you force somebody to do something that they don't want to do, it's like, no, I don't want to go into silence. I don't want to be deplatformed. I have a voice and I want people to hear what I have to say because my message is literally life-changing, but they force you into silence because you're trying to look at things from a different perspective and push back against the fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird MK Ultra narrative, because you know that what your message is going to make the world a better place and people better people, actually in the order of make people better people and then the world a better place. And then they silence you. They did that against your will. There was a will that exercised itself against you and forced you into silence. That's what censorship is. And I can't stand that. I can't stand when people think that their will is superior to your will and their outlook is superior to your outlook, and they don't even want your voice in the public square of open debate. That's what I got a serious problem with. So the reason I'm against censorship is because it's literally exercising your will over somebody else who wants their voice to be heard. Now, there's a lot of people out there, thankfully not. There's more good people, I think, than bad people. It's just some of those good people are ignorant and they're pushed around by the bad people, or they're coerced by bad people, or they're defrauded by bad people. And, like it or not, if you're not knowledgeable and you are ignorant, then you're going to get taken to the cleaners. And I think that's partially why Samuel Adams said, if you love life better than liberty, the tranquility of servitude rather than the animating contest of freedom. Because let's face it, the tranquility of servitude is comfortable. It's easy. It takes no energy. It takes no effort. And when things are easy, well, you kind of go down the path of destruction. But the animating contest of freedom, that is hard. That's a little bit difficult. That's an uphill battle. That takes some effort and energy and thought process. And, frankly, a lot of people just don't want to exert that energy. They don't want to gain that knowledge. They don't want to cast aside and shelf their ignorance. They want to stay ignorant. They want to stay blissfully ignorant. They want to keep eating the McDonald's fast food. They want to keep on tuning into the Communist News Network or MSLSD or phone news. They want the easy road. They want to be told what to do and where to go and how to think and how to spend their money. I don't want that, because that leads down a really, really bad road where the body count piles on top of each other. So anyway, I just wanted to say it doesn't really matter how long we got. What are you going to do while you're here? Because your time on this planet may be shorter than my time. My time may be shorter than your time. I do know one thing. You got a voice and I got a voice, and you got a heart and I got a heart. And if you want to make this world a better place, then make yourself a better person. Teach your kids how to be a better person. All my life I've heard What do you want to do with your life? Oh, I don't really know. And then the parent goes, well, I just want you to be happy. Well, guess what? Jeffrey Dahmer was happy, but he was hurting people, and that's how he derived his pleasure. Ted Bundy was happy, but he was killing people, and that's what made him happy. It's not about your happiness. It's not even about your satisfaction. It's how good of a person can I be, and how can I mirror and exponentiate that goodness in my heart onto somebody else so that they can pick up the baton, so that they can make their sliver of the world a better place. Because let's face it, you can touch things in your world that I can't. I can touch things in my world that you can't. That's what I love about social media. We got, how many people are in this room right now? I don't even know. 328 people. Hey, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button because it really helps with the algorithm. And, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, give this video a thumbs up, share it with everybody, and leave a comment under the video because when they see, interaction, that helps with the algorithm. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for being in here. If we had 300, let's say 322 people, thanks for hitting that. Wow, you guys are really hitting the thumbs up. Thank you. Let's say three. Can you imagine what 300 Spartans, look what 300 Spartans did, guys. They didn't take poop off of nobody. And they shook the world, man. Why? Because they had heart. They had beyond belief. There was a knowing in them, and they knew that what they were doing was for their fellow countrymen. They were doing good for their fellow countrymen by pushing out all the evil from without. Imagine what we can do with just 300 people. And how many people will end up seeing this video? How many of you 300 people will follow me over on Rumble? But how many people who see this video later will follow me on Rumble? Just hit that Rumble button, become a member or whatever. It's free. Follow me on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, and Gab, and Twitter and all the other ones. But all those links are in the description. See, they demonetized these channels right here, like this one's has been demonetized. Let's see, May 7th or 8th is when 2018. So now this is going on the 5th year. This will be the 5th year of demonetization. They want to demonetize channels like this because they don't want people speaking the truth to derive a living. They don't want to be able, they want us to spend all this time on this platform flapping our gums, but they don't want us to be compensated for it. So if you want to support, all those support links are in the description below, but whatever. My thing is, and I think your thing is too, it's not about how famous you are or how popular you are or how many likes you get or how many people are following you, how much money you got, how big your house is, how big your garage is, even how healthy you are. It's how much good can I do in the time that I got left. And isn't that the mystery of life? We don't even know how much time we got left. You have no idea. Some people only live 2 years. Some people when they're 10 years old, their life is ended tragically in some car accident or leukemia or something. Some people get to the age 22, some 35, some 49, some 98. Some people live to 113. You don't know when your day is going to come. But before it does, you do have right now. You have today. What are you going to do today to change your life, to make yourself better? You're going to sit in front of the TV a little bit more? Are you going to let Hollywood have more of your mental capacity and focus? Or are you going to reach out to loved ones that you haven't reached out to? That's another thing. You can make a phone call and change somebody's freaking life. Put a smile on their face. Talk to an elderly person. They love to talk. Tell me about your life. What did you have to go through? I bet you've seen a lot of changes in your tenure here on Earth. Make somebody's day. Maybe you haven't talked to your dad or your mom or your grandfather, your grandparents. How long are they going to be here? Man, there's so much regret. There's so many things I would tell my dad if he was still here, or my grandfather or my grandmother. And you take for granted that, I'll just see them next Thanksgiving. What if they're not here? People aren't living very long these days because of some kind of, thing going on. Reach out to them. Man, the telephone is a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful invention. Send them a message. Give them an instant messenger message or send them a letter. That's better yet. Relearn cursive. How about that? Relearn to write a letter. When was the last time you wrote a letter? Do you even have to, you know, I don't even think you lick stamps anymore. They're all self-adhesive. Get out a letter, write a letter to your mom or your dad or your parents, or your kids. Write a heartfelt letter. Just pour out your heart. Hey, I haven't talked to you in a couple of years, and I really hope you're doing okay. I'm sorry for, you know, whatever happened. Try to repair bridges instead of burning bridges. Another thing I wanted to ask you guys to do is I have two other channels on this platform. One is Grease Monkey Videos. Check out the last video I did on the Steven Crowder Daily Wire thing. I think that's something that we probably, I know there's a lot of distraction involved in that kind of stuff, but there's a little bit of digging to be done, but I think that we can get to the bottom of what's going on. I don't want to be polarized. I don't want to be against Steven Crowder. I don't want to be against Daily Wire or Ben Shapiro or whatever. There's some serious issues I've got with them that I've voiced in the past, and I think those issues need to be dealt with. But in this final hour of American history, where we're literally about to lose all of our rights, I'm telling you guys, if that CBDC comes online, the central bank digital currency, we've lost everything. The entire thing's lost. You think it's bad with FRN's, Federal Reserve notes, and the fiat currency funny money? Wait till we get CBDCs. But my point is, what if Steven Crowder, the Daily Wire, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, all these people, Russell Brand, Joe Rogan, all use their platforms to reach out to their audiences just to tell them one thing and constantly remind them, guys, when this CBDC thing comes up, here's why we need to resist it with every fiber of our being. What if we did that? Can you imagine? The reach of Joe Rogan is what, 30, 40, 50 million a month? What if you constantly said it? Guys, how many Americans do you guys think, what percentage of Americans do you think are even aware of the central bank digital currency that they're trying to foist on us? How many Americans do you think, maybe we should do a poll. Maybe I should go out in the street and do a man on the street thing and ask people if they're aware of what the WEF is, or the WHO, or have you ever heard of the Great Reset? Do you know what the Great Reset is? Do you know what lockstep is? Have you ever heard of these? Have you heard of the Fourth Industrial Revolution? Have you ever heard of you'll own nothing, be happy? You ever heard of, hey, they want you to eat bugs? I bet a large percentage of Americans don't even know what's going on because they're so tired working so hard so they could just barely scrape by and pay for rent and pay for food and pay for utilities and pay the car payment, that they don't have any mental or physical energy left, and they're just sitting there in front of the TV paralyzed going, oh God, I got to go back in just a couple hours and work my finger to the bone at my third job. I bet most Americans, and when I say most Americans are ignorant, I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm just saying they don't have time to look into things like we've looked into things. People call us conspiracy theorists because it's easy to pull out a term of derision so you don't have to make an argument. You can shove these people into a corner. But I got news for you. A lot of these things that, a lot of people were saying that were theory, well, they're kind of coming true, aren't they? So the answer to the question, how much time do we have left? It really doesn't matter. What are you going to do with the time that you got left? So I don't want to keep on flapping my gums. I really appreciate you guys even tuning in at this late hour. I'm on the East Coast. What time is it? What is it, like 1 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you guys who've been with me for a long time. All of you guys maybe who have just joined. I've got a lot of people. I see in the comments section routinely, people are like, Brian, where you been? I upload videos every single day, but nobody's getting them. How many people are even in here? I don't even know. 407. Yeah, hit that like button, guys. Okay, so reiterating real quick, do me a favor. As of right now, I got like 1.7 thousand subscribers on Rumble. I really want to grow that because there's less censorship over there. I know people have issues with Rumble, but please follow me. Subscribe to me on Rumble. Subscribe to me on Odyssey, on BitChute, Gab, and Twitter. That's all I ask. I really appreciate it. If you want to support the channel, the links are in there, but I will always provide you guys with free content. Oh, also, the thing I forgot to mention, the two channels that I have on this platform are Grease Monkey Videos. Check out the last video. Let me know if you think I'm right or wrong about that Steven Crowder / Daily Wire thing. I think there's some stuff that people really need to take a look at. And then my police accountability channel called Here's the Deal. Please subscribe right now or you'll forget. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Thank you for all your support.
fight for freedom, fight for liberty. The price of freedom is eternal vigilance. And indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the support. Have a good night, and I will see you guys in the next heavily censored Shadow Ban live stream.